Noah's been working a lot on opening up his V2 alternate. He suffers at higher speeds in races, and what we're looking at here are a few transitions from climbing gears, where he's generally pretty good, into a little faster speed, and we would just want to see him accelerate smoothly through those transitions, because in the past he's had to sort of catch up to the speed of the skis rather than build on it. And so far it looks all right. Couple things he's worked on is keeping the hands a little wider in front, because he used to bring them together really close and then swing them out way behind him, like way out to the sides behind him. We're trying to be a little more effective with the release behind the body and allow that to open up a little more naturally, and that looks good too right now. Pretty happy with the way that V2 alternate is going. Lengthened the push out, softened it a little bit, still pretty quick, but we're pleased with the progress on this. He's moving well. He's always happiest when he's in a climbing gear, a V2 or a V1. This is where he's really at home. You can just ski with great energy and high tempo and make it go. It's the higher speeds, like now he's doing a little more long release V2 into a V2 alternate, and that's what he's really been working on. Not bad, huh? So we're November 3rd now, about 3 days away from traveling to Europe. 2 days, I guess, for 3, whatever. What is it? Today's Thursday. He leaves Saturday. And snow isn't great over there. The guys who are traveling this week will be going to Torsby skiing in a tunnel. Looks like the Beta Stolen World Cup opener is in jeopardy, and we're really not sure what the status of racing is, but Noah's going to make the trip. His energy is really high, highest I've seen in a first session for one of these little mini technique blocks, and I think he's ready to uncork some races. He's kind of puppy dogging it here a little bit. He's chasing after the energy because it feels good. So we'll shut him down here in a couple minutes because he's showed enough of that, and we can work on some specifics. Holy shit.
A little bit of tension in my left shin. I'm not sure why, but...
Because you're hammering. Yeah. Energy looks phenomenal. Traction looks good on the gearing. I think what's going to happen is you're going to find when you first get on the snow, the same thing with the edging. You know, you're gonna be on the power a little bit before you have the ski on edge. Okay. But I think what you're doing in terms of opening things up and extending is actually softening the kick phase a little bit, so you're not quite so punching on it. Yeah, all the gears look like you're developing that force a little bit more smoothly. Yeah. And if you're just patient with it and you allow that process to develop and just relax, bring the pace down and build into it that way, I think you'll find the edge easier too. So I think the transition can be a lot easier to snow this time than it has been in the past. It's just the way your legs are set up. You've got this freakish bow-legged thing with the flat feet and the whole situation going on that's going to make it a challenge. But I like the way you're setting it up on the road. It looks good, and I think it'll come on snow pretty fast. Yeah. Okay. The way you get rid of the tension in the shins is at release. Yeah. Okay, you got to open that shin angle up. And so even when you've got to get off that thing earlier, make sure you're relaxing the ankle and just allowing for that release to happen. And anytime you feel that tension come in, back the energy down a little bit and just work on releasing that ankle angle and open the shin angle up. So
you get into a long straight smooth section and it feels good. And
yeah.
It's not.
Well, it's because you've got time to complete the motions then. But don't shut those motions off halfway through. Even when you've got to shorten the stride, find the release. It's fine.
That's Noah.
We're recording you, Noah.
How's it going, guys?
Hope we're along for the ride here. His newest head sponsor, Barbie. Okay, the camera is not liking me. It doesn't zoom back.
Going up, sort of distance pace, going down, go up to that second telephone pole, generate a little overspeed, and then try to carry it through here pretty well. So fast.
Fast little bugger, isn't he?
Got Noah doing a little warm up here. We're going to work on some double pole gear changing. What you see right there is where Noah's really comfortable since we started working on technique and building a more energy and motion-based technique. He's had a hard time finding the power. Funny thing, it hasn't been what we practiced, but now he's learning some gear changing, figuring out where to bring more power into the technique, and trying to make up for a little deficiency in the double pole. One of the cues Noah's been working with here has been keeping the legs bent on the way up, which brings him forward on his feet a little more. And another one of the cues has been pulling himself through, pulling his center of mass through, which brings him back on his heels at the end. So he's getting a little more motion back and forth over the platform there. You can see his legs are staying sort of soft, and he's actually fairly active in the core and the mid-body. That's by design. We're looking for a more active pulling action.
A little tension in my low back, I don't know why. Just didn't feel that easy. I just keep looking for it out to the turnaround out here and back, and then head down the other curve.
Okay, sounds good. I think you're going after it too hard. I mean, probably feels better already, but let's not try to get the intensity up so high. Instead, try opening up in front of a little bit, slow the motions down, lengthen them out, and just push soft. All right? Toss the arms out, follow them. Just go back to that very first or easy drill where you toss them out and pull, and and just soft push. All right, let's not stress it too hard. I like the way you're moving. That looked quite natural. You know, didn't look too long, certainly. Didn't stretch it out too much.
Yeah.
If you can remember to utilize that for relaxing, lengthening action to warm up a little bit. I bet.
Just taking the energy out.
Yeah. Just back it down a little bit and let it flow. I mean, you weren't moving slow.
Just how easy on the arm feel. So
yeah, but it's also, you know, it also doesn't produce any power, so you got to find a way to add to it. You know, it's a great way to find the rhythm and the flow and the relaxed motion and the right state, but then you got to pour more through it.
That's
so
like when it's coming easily, that's easy to do.
Sure, of course. So let's see if you can get it now, and if you can't, we're not going to stress it too hard.
Okay.
Mostly you're talking about sensations, not about motions. Everything looks good to me.
Okay.
You know, I see you shifting gears.
Yeah.
You know, you're using the cues. It's not like you're just forgetting what you were doing. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't look bad.
Okay.
You know, if you're a little flat, you're a little flat. Big fucking deal.
Just a little more energy back up to the interface.
Yep, build it as you see fit and see what happens. Let's let this dump truck go by. Little light. Not very active with the elbows there. Kind of a light hand push. Can do it all day. Very energy based, very sustainable. Not slow, but it's only one gear, and I would have chosen to gear it up a little bit on that particular piece. Now he's going for the arms. Well, better to be under-geared than over-geared. Don't object to it. Not if he's not feeling it. That's rushed. Last day of the Hoff mini camp, November 2011. Later this afternoon, in a couple hours, we'll finish packing up skis and take Noah off to the airport, where he heads to Montreal and then Oslo, and then we'll be skiing in the tunnel in Torsby, Sweden, because there's no snow anywhere in Scandinavia. He's just doing a little warm-up right now, kind of energy-based. It looks like he's feeling okay, because the energy is fairly high for this point, and I haven't talked to him yet, but we'll check in here in a moment. How's it going? Okay. Energy looks good. Feeling alright? Yeah. You look good. Coming easy today. Hey, why are you wearing your drink belt up front?
Makes my lower back feel better.
Oh. What's that?
Everything feels a little tight, but...
Just muscles?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
But, starting with the easy on the hand is so key.
Yeah.
Because it just makes it all... I mean, you can't have tension with that thing. It's impossible.
Right.
Because if you feel tension, you gotta go easier.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks pretty good. I like the way you're moving. Is the tightness a concern, or do you feel like it's just...
Sitting in the car for 6 hours. So.
Yeah. That's good training. Picking up stone materials is... It's a new technique practice. I mean, you're skiing better today than you were yesterday, so I'm going to say it worked, even if it made you a little tight.
Yeah.
Just wait till you come back next time. I'm going to have some more errands for you. But putting the drink belt out front helped make it feel better?
A little bit, yeah.
Because it made you move better.
Alright, let's try that a little more.
Good. Okay, Hoff's doing a little sustained threshold, building into it. He's just started. So this should be pretty relaxed, not pushing hard, trying to open the motions up a little bit. And then he'll add some energy about 10 minutes down the road here. Really rolling terrain, nothing hard.
How's it feeling? Pretty good. What's your heart rate at? 162. Nice. So energy looks really good, really high, Noah. Let's not try to add anything, okay? Let's keep the motions easy and low tension, but see if you can open it up a little bit. Just play in that direction.
Alright, we're a good 3/4 of the way through this little threshold piece here. Noah's got mostly downhill, just this little climb coming up right now, and then just going to be trying to open up a little bit over speed on the double pole down to where he started. It's been looking good. Energy's good. I don't know if he's really feeling super smooth and relaxed after 6 hours in the car down to Boston yesterday, but he's in shape. That must be a little past threshold right there, based on the arm motions.
Felt really good for the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, well then you overreached a little on the climb. You're a little past threshold by the time you're doing that last little climb.
Yeah. 166 is probably the big climb.
Yeah.
But just like a little, everything's a little too tight to feel really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it feels okay.
It was fun to watch. It looked really good. And then you definitely opened it up coming down here. like this last section was the best high speed I was pulling. Yeah. And what I like is that you're definitely getting, you know, you're forward, but you're not like this forward. You're not really vertical. It's very purposeful, really forward. We could nitpick all we want about all sorts of different stuff, but you had good traction with the arm. You had great position, a lot of range of motion over the platform, and you're carrying good speed. And, you know, I think it's just a question of portioning out the power and building a little more capacity to utilize that arm power when the terrain asks for it.
A couple of those gradual uphills that I double pulled on the way back down, I was like, all right, so that's using more strength.
Mm-hmm.
So do that same thing on the gradual down.
Mm-hmm.
That seemed to help.
Yeah.
And then also just like being careful, but adding in a little of that legs forward thing.
Yeah.
But being careful with how much you do it and going back and forth a little bit with it. Yeah. I mean, I would say that was increasing confidence as opposed to
For sure. Oh, increase my confidence.
getting to that next level of energy on that downhill stuff especially is going to still be, I mean...
The problem is there's got to be power there.
Yeah.
That's the area where you can't just fill it up with energy. You know, it's really motion-based. The whole technique has been formed from a motion-based, energy-based platform.
Yeah.
And that has limitations.
Yeah.
You know, what we like about that is that it gives you sustainability, puts a load on your central system where you've got a huge motor, you know, so it taps your strength.
Yeah.
And where we need to address your weaknesses is where you're at your weakest.
Right.
You know, and that's always going to be the case, and that's, you know, so yeah, it's a little harder thing to do. It's pretty easy to utilize your strength, and I think you did that really well last year.
Yeah.
And the gains that you make going forward are going to be largely based on getting better at those weaker areas. It was so simple last year.
Yeah.
Tension out, motion based, tempo high.
Yeah.
And this year we're trying to make gains that are going to come with less clarity.
Yeah.
You know, because it's this continuum. How far out the continuum toward high power can you go and sustain it?